afternoon. Sit.
Thank you, sir.
Well, are you fond of English poetry, or somebody tells you to recite and you recite?
So I am fond of it.
Fond of English poetry. I'll tell you a few lines. Tell me which likely poet that might be. It's one of the romantic poets. It'll be one of the romantic poets.
Okay, sir.
If you recall a poem called She Walks in Beauty Like the Night of Cloudless Skies and Starry Skies. Thus mellow to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. Is it Byron, Shelley, or Keats?
So most likely Shelley, because he used.
Why not Byron?
So though I haven't read the poem, but I believe it looks like Shelley. He rhymes a lot.
And Byron does it?
So I'm not sure as to.
All right. Hansraj College. Who was Lala Hansraj?
Sir, Lala Hansraj was a disciple of Swami Dayananda Saraswati, and he was the first principal of the Lahore College that was set up by the DAV Society, and he worked there as a principal for 25 years.
It is believed that he was the founder of the entire DAV college and school movement. Is that correct?
So, though I'm not sure historically, but there was a split in the Arya Samaj where there was this Gurukul party and the this college movement party.
What are the basic tenets of the Arya Samaj? The basic philosophy.
So it emerged from the go back to the Vedas philosophy, and it holds the traditional values along with the modern liberal principles. So the traditional ethical notions rooted with current modern liberal education system that is there.
Anything about the caste system, about the status of women, inequality?
So it advocated for an emancipation of women from the traditional evils that were present in the society at that time. I'm not sure about the caste system, sir.
Okay. Now, public administration being your optional, can you tell me the difference between governance, management, and administration?
So governance is the acting of various stakeholders together. It is a collective mechanism of delivering services to the end user. Management is more attached to the normal operational things that are there in the day-to-day working of the processes. Administration refers to the organ of the state that carries out those governance functions.
Are you guessing, or do you know for a fact?
So though it might not have been articulated that well, but I know the difference.
How much of it is guesswork? How much of it is that you know for a fact?
So largely this is the fact, I believe. I'm not sure though.
Okay, all right. Yesterday's news says that India is not among the top 10 most powerful countries of the world. Last year also they said the same thing. We are at number 12. We claim to be a very strong military power. We claim to have a very, very large GDP. Why are we not in the top 10?
So the reasons might include the subjective perception of such rankings.
Let's assume it's correct. Assuming it to be correct, then what?
So that might be because we still need to defend ourselves in the hard power front. So be it military expenditure and the military capabilities that India has, though they have served the purpose correctly presently, but they need to be upskilled. Besides, we are presently the fourth largest economy. So we are striving towards moving towards becoming a developed economy. So that might be one reason also.
What about inequality per capita? My last question connected to this. Again, we are the third largest, fourth largest economy, etc., etc. But we have a very weak passport. Our passport is not welcome in many countries across the world. Why?
So I'm not sure of the exact reasons.
You want to make a guess?
Yes.
Why?
So one of the reasons might be that our professionals might not be that demanded by those countries.
Not only professionals, anybody, any Indian, maybe as a tourist, maybe anybody.
So I could not assume a reason.
All right, thank you. Thank you, sir. Bhoomika,
What's the meaning of your name?
So my name has two meanings. One means the context of something or the introduction of something. The other one means foundation.
So whatever has transpired right now between you and the chairman, sir, was there a lot of bhumika in that, or you straight away went to the point?
So I might have missed the bhumika of it.
No problem. Bhumika, tell me one thing. How are you going to measure the publicness in public administration? There are three principles. That may just give you a hint. You might have studied Nicholas Henry. So how do you measure the publicness of public administration? Is it a static concept, or it can be something like barometer? It can be high or low. How are you going to measure it?
So the publicness in public administration can be measured by first the transparency that might be there. So the government is sought to be more transparent to the people so that the public are more aware of what is going on in the governance. Second must be the accountability part of it. So the governance must be accountable to the people. The third one might be proactive initiative on part of the civil servants. So that might be the third one.
This is guesswork, or you studied?
So I could not recall studying specific parameters, but this is something that I believe should be there.
No problem. You must have studied the conflict resolution mechanisms given by Mary Parker Foley, right?
Yes, sir.
One of the thinkers in your administration. Now, tell me an instance where you, once you get into civil services, will be using the first mechanism of conflict resolution, that is dominance. An instance, hypothetical instance, where there's a conflict between you and your subordinate, you are going to use this principle of dominance.
So though I'm not a very big fan of this principle of dominance, but in administration it sometimes becomes very imperative. For example, I will use it when dealing with extremist outfits. And in case they are not...
in an office, let's say your subordinate, conflict between you and your subordinate. That's a part of conflict resolution, right?
So though that must be resolved through constructive conflict by ensuring a win-win situation for both of us, I would use the dominance only...
Let me ask you in different way. Where the integration principle of Mary Parker Foley cannot be used in administration, can never be used. You cannot integrate the interest of one party with that of another party.
So that might be the case of diversion from the rule of law or corruption. That should not, there should be no integration.
Asking that under what circumstances you are not going to have an integration, right? Okay. You'll be having a number of staffs, working under you. Tell me, how are you going to use mass law once you get into civil services?
So Maslow gave the need hierarchy theory wherein he told that the...
No, that I understand.
Yes.
But you just tell me that how it is to be applied, the application part of Maslow.
So the application part of Maslow would begin at the very base level from the physiological needs of the people under me. So I would ensure that the infrastructure of my office is such that the people get the basic requirements fulfilled. That would incentivize them further. The second would be the
is it
social...
Maslow? It is Herzberg two-factor theory, hygiene factors we are talking about. Is it Maslow?
So the Herzberg factors also consider the hygiene factors, but in Maslow also the physiological needs are at the base of it. So
what comes under physiological needs?
Air, water, food. So these are the physiological needs. So that there I will ensure the physiological needs. I can go over the step further by ensuring the social needs of the people under me by maintaining an open door policy in my office. So any subordinate or any of the peers might come to me directly in case they want to discuss something. I would use the self-esteem needs by providing them the appropriate recognition if it's under my power. By say the Employee of the Month award, though it is not very prevalent in government, but we can use that certainly. The self-actualization part can be ensured by acting as a role model myself so that others are inspired too.
If I ask you to put yourself in the Maslow's need hierarchy theory right now, where will you put yourself? First, second, third, fourth, fifth. In which place?
So I would presently put myself in the esteem, self-esteem and self-actualization phase. Because by God's grace, my family is currently supporting me. Though I want to become independent by getting into services, but I believe at least that those needs are fulfilled right now.
One last question from my side. Salary for you, is it a hygiene factor or motivational factor in civil service?
So it's a hygiene factor for me.
Not motivational factor.
No, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bhumika, you've done your graduation in Human Resource Management Economics.
Yes, sir.
How is it different from Eco Honors?
So in the economics honors, the more technical aspects and the nitty-gritties of economics are taught. For example, the mathematical analysis in economics. In human resource management and economics, the economics that we read is more of the theoretical part, and along with that, it is not a specialized course. So human resource management is another discipline that we read upon.
Do you think it was fatal for the countries to adopt a one-child norm or family planning?
So the one-child norm was certainly did not yield the results as it was expected to give, because it was a centralized put upon policy upon the people. But the family planning initiatives, by creating awareness, those were successful.
They were successful, all right. They controlled the population also. My question is, was it right to control the population? Because all the countries which have been able to control the population are now lagging behind. And all the countries which have got growing population are prospering.
So I would humbly like to differ. I don't think this generalistic assumption applies to all the countries, because at times when the population is beyond a country's resources and when the resources could not be delivered efficiently, the population itself becomes a burden. So, and that leads to crisis. So I believe that though family planning initiatives might have led to an aging population presently in other economies, it has served its purpose by and large well.
Population migrates. In India also there is migration. From people from Bihar and Uttar Pradesh are actually manning the posts in Chennai and South India. Same is the case with European countries, where the population is stagnant and there is migration.
So even if we look despite migration, if we talk about the inter-country migration, that is there, intra-country migration, if I might correct myself, that is there. But if we look at the migration to foreign countries, that at times becomes a challenge, especially with the current geopolitical scenario in the world, having a negative perception towards migration, that might become a challenge if the population goes beyond a certain limit.
Okay, you're very fond of short stories. Which is your favorite writer?
So it would be O. Henry.
Short stories in English, not in Hindi.
So I mostly come across the English ones, but I like Hindi ones as well.
Any Hindi writer?
Sir, Harishankar Pasai would be one. I'm sorry for the mistake of name.
Munshi Premchand, have you read?
Yes, sir.
Do you like his stories? They are also very short or
Yes.
they are very long?
So they differ. So some that I have read, like Bade Ghar Ki Beti, that was a very short story. It was in my curriculum in school days. While he also goes on writing novels like Godan.
Okay, thank you.
Bhumika, you are from Satna, huh?
Yes.
Satna is having this limestone mining and cement industry also very famous. So what are the health issues related to this?
So the foremost health issue would be the dust pollution in Satna. If we look at the AQI of Satna currently, it hovers around 140 to 150, which is more than the surrounding areas, though it's still in the controllable limit. So that is the problem. That is the first health problem. The second problem would be there is a risk of groundwater contamination from such industries because we are already critically exploited. Most of our blocks are critically exploited. So there might be a risk of sewage from those factories entering into groundwater. These are the two problems.
But there are already acts and laws are there. I mean, Water Act is there, here Act people. What is the problem and are they not being implemented properly? As a district magistrate, what measures you will take?
So I believe implementation at times need to be supplemented with certain technological benefits also, because currently the implementation is there for treating the wastewater, but the companies at times fail in adopting them because of the high costs involved. As a district magistrate, my first measure would be to ensure that first the norms and the laws are complied with by the companies. The second one would be providing the technology to all. So, for example, in the Prism Cement Satna, they have this unique technology of using the dust particles to generate electricity. So, that can be provided to other companies as well. So, that would be the two approach.
You mentioned AQI is 150, huh? In
Yeah.
Delhi, what is the AQI in Delhi?
So, it hovers somewhere around 400 to 500, at times even higher.
So is it more dangerous or Satna is more dangerous?
So certainly Delhi is more dangerous, but if we look at the vicinity of Satna, in the other districts nearby, the AQI is comparatively lower. So relatively Satna becomes dangerous.
Okay. Governance of disaster management from national up to grassroots level.
So should I state the institutions of the stakeholders?
That is at the national level, but is the...
So national level, there would be National Disaster Management Authority, then the State Disaster Management Authority, then the District Disaster Management Authority, along with the separate auxiliary forces, that is the NDRF and the SDRF, though they are not present at the district level currently. The district magistrate acts as the cutting edge level functionary whenever there is a localized disaster in the district.
Who is the chairperson of National Disaster Management Authority?
So the Prime Minister of India.
And at district level?
So the district magistrate.
And what is the financial, for immediate relief, what is the fund? And how this fund is managed?
So I could not recall the exact name of the fund, and I could not recall how it is managed as of the moment.
The same NDRF, National Disaster Response Fund, is there. Okay, Madhya Pradesh is also called the land of the tigers. How many tigers are there? Approximately, as per the last census.
So the last I could recall, there were around 5,000 tigers.
How much?
5,000 tigers. That's what I could recall.
In MP?
So I'm not sure. I could not recall.
Okay. Then what is the impact of this cheetah intrusion? What is the benefits of, or is it a success story?
So the reintroduction of cheetah can be considered beneficial for the grassland ecosystem, and that was the reason why they were introduced. And besides, there is a biodiversity factor of bringing back a species that was earlier present in India. So the success remains to be seen, because there have been cheetah deaths certain times, and the cubs could not adapt to the environment at large. Besides, the real benefits of the project would be seen once the cheetahs are not regulated like they are regulated currently. So in the wildlife, when they are released, the success can be seen.
In your Jain, no? Your name is Bhoomika Jain, eh?
Yes, sir.
So in Jainism, there is one terminology, that is aparigraha, no? How it is related to climate resilience?
So, aparigraha refers to the philosophy of Jainism to not own beyond what is needed. It can be used in climate resilience by ensuring that one does not acquire too much of resources that could deplete that could have negative impact on the climate. So, if I could give an example, the fast fashion that is currently seen, that is detrimental to environment because it utilizes a lot of water, and at times the material is not degradable. So aparigraha says that the bare minimum that you could utilize, you use that only.
Thank you very much. Yeah, nice.
Bhoomika, I want to ask you one question, just to make a point. Are you looking forward to becoming a civil servant or a bureaucrat?
So I'm looking forward to become a civil servant.
What's the difference between the two?
So the bureaucrat might have a negative connotation attached to it as to relativism.
What's wrong with being a bureaucrat? I am a bureaucrat. We were all bureaucrats. What's so negative about us?
more so in the light of the positive of being a civil servant. I want to serve the
The
people.
point I was making is a point you should be very careful about. Do not guess. I told you earlier, don't guess. He told you earlier, don't guess. And I knew you would guess here, that's why I asked you. Why are you guessing blindly? You're very good. You got a very confident personality, great smile, you talk very well. So, इतना guess कर रही क्या जरूरत?
Yes.
Tell me, tigers.
Tiger population.
5,000 tigers, I had a heart attack. 5,000 tigers would have taken over your state.
Yes.
Hmm?
700 or something.
तुझे मना कर तो नहीं आता खत्म.
Hmm.
You know, the only thing that might pull you down is your blind guessing. You're very good otherwise.
So I'll just stay cautious of it.
I've written you're pleasant, you're confident, you speak very well, you stand by your point about that question on population. Don't guess.
Yes.
That's my only request.
Yes.
But why were you guessing so much?
I don't know, sir. Maybe I read it somewhere. There was something around the figure of 5,000. That's why it took a
800 टाइगर अमेरिका से भी मैं तो मुझे याद से
पूरे हिंदुस्तान में 2026 रहे 14 पूरे का के 3,000 के आसपास पहुंच पाए.
Not only that, you were guessing in administration, management, governance. You were guessing in something he asked you. You were blindly guessing in bureaucrat and civil servant. Mana kar do, it's safest and the best.
Yes, sir.
That I do not know matter. Nobody is going to pressurize you or bother you.
Yes, sir.
But if you are guessing, especially if you are guessing without permission, then we might think that you are, purposely, bluffing us. Don't do that. That's my only request. You've got a great personality. You do well.
Yeah, nothing to add. Your great personality will do well with a caution.
Yes, sir.
Good, you are a good candidate, as I told you. The point is the one, that is, you should not guess. Particularly when I have told you that Nicholas Henry, it is there, still you are guessing those three principles. Otherwise, you are very good. I think one point that sir asked you, there you can add that development is also one of the medicines for population control. When development takes place, for a poor family, every child is an asset.
Yes, sir.
But for a rich family, a child is a liability. So obviously the population will get control. That is what Dumo's theory talks about, right? Good, you are a very good candidate.
All the best.
Nothing to worry. Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day, sir.